so hopefully it stays up. All right, I'm gonna get the warm up put up and give you guys a little bit of time to work on it. Alrighty, here's the warm up. There are 5 questions on this one. Number 1, what is the ratio of blue circles to red circles? Number 2, the temperature at 5 p.m. in Tucson was 98 degrees. At 7:30 p.m., the temperature had dropped 17 degrees. What is the temperature at 7:30? Number 3, Martin filled up his gas tank that was 18 gallons big and paid a total of $41.04. How much was each gallon of gas? Number 4, 12 minus 3 and 4/1000. Number 5, 6 people share 4/5 of a pie. How much will each person get? So I'll give you guys a little bit of time to work on that. Go ahead and get going. Deep breath, like this. Now just hold that way through your face for a second and deep breath.
Well, what if the mask comes off?
Okay, you working on that?
You stay from the desk?
Number what? Number 2? 3. Yeah, you should divide that. Wow, really? This many people? We're about 5 more minutes. See how far you can get on these questions. Like that way. Did you try one of the questions, please? Here we go. In about 3 minutes. Do about 1 more minute and then we'll review so that we can do some notes today. Notes and practice. Alrighty, let's go ahead and review these. So, number 1, we have what is the ratio of blue circles to red circles? So that means that we need to figure out how many blue circles there were. How many were there?
3.
There were 3. So we start off with our 3. Compare that. So we use our ratio symbol, the colon. How many red circles? 4?
No, 1.
I counted 6 when I was looking at it. There were 6 red circles. Okay, 6 red circles. 3 to 6. But now, can I simplify this?
Yeah.
Yep, what number goes into both 3 and 6?
3.
3. So we can divide the 3 by 3 and the 6 by 3. What is 3 divided by 3?
1.
1. 2. What's 6 divided by 3? 2. So you can write it like this. 1 colon 2.
I got it.
You can write it as a fraction, 1 over 2.
Okay.
Or you can write it with the words 1, 2, 2. All 3 of those would work. Any style you want to write them in. Okay? Number 2, in Tucson. At 5 p.m. it was 98 degrees. This is probably pretty accurate. 98 degrees. By 7:30 p.m. it had dropped 17 degrees. What am I going to do?
Is that true?
Probably not.
You can't drop that fast.
No, that dropped really fast. Oh,
Can it go, Miss Jones? Can it drop really fast?
sometimes. So we need to subtract 17. Start with 98. We dropped 17 degrees. We're going to subtract 17. And what do we get?
81.
Good. At 7:30, it was 81 degrees.
I got it.
Good. Our next one, number 3. We have an 18-gallon tank of gas that someone spent $41.04 on. How do I decide how much 1 gallon of gas costs? Divide. Take the money, $41.04, divided by the number of tanks you're getting, so 18. Does 18 go into 4? No. Does it go into 41?
Yes.
How many times? Twice. What did I forget to do here with the decimal though? Good. I forgot to bring my decimal up, so there we go. Now we know that 18 goes into 41 twice. What is that multiplication? What do I go underneath? 18 times 2 is?
36.
Good. We have to subtract 36. We get 5. Drop down our 0. We get 50. Does 18 go into 50?
Yes.
How many times?
2 times.
Twice again? Okay. and we have our 36. This time we get 14. Drop down our 4, 144. Does 18 go into 144?
Yes.
How many times? 8 times?
9.
9? Oh, I'm hearing a lot of different ones.
7.
Let's do 18 times 6. No, that's not it. Doesn't end in 8. 18 times 7 is 50. No, I think Marty's right. It's 8. 18 times 8. That's 64. Carry the 6, 144. 18 times 8 is 144. So 1 gallon of gas costs $2.28. That's about what gas costs in Flagstaff right now.
Really?
Yep.
So
that's a pretty true statement right there.
how much cost that now, roughly?
This is about how much it costs in Flagstaff. In Winslow, it's probably cheaper than this right now.
Yeah.
Our next one, we're subtracting decimals. 12 minus 3 and 4 thousandths. So 12 needs to go on top. I need to line up my decimals when I subtract. Where does my decimal go in the number 12? At the end of our number, and we can add as many zeros as we need. We need to line up our decimals here. And now we can subtract. We need to borrow from this 2 though, right? So the 2 becomes a 1. This is a 10, becomes a 9. This 0 becomes a 10, we borrow so it becomes a 9, and that 0 becomes a 10. So now we've done our borrowing. What is 10 minus 4? 6. What is 9 minus 0? 9. 9 minus 0? 9. Drop down my decimal. Can I do 1 minus 3? Nope. So let's borrow from this 1. It becomes a 0. Now we have 11 minus 3. What is that? 8. 8 and 996 thousandths is our answer. It's not up to year. Not possible. To have 8.996 is a year?
I think so.
I'm pretty positive that's not a year.
Maybe in the future.
We'll see. Our last one, we have a piece of a slice of pie. We have 4/5 of a pie left. So if we were to draw our pie, it's close enough. We have 4/5. We have 4/5 of it left, and we need to split it between 6 people. So we're going to take 4/5 and divide it by the 6 people. Okay? So 4/5 divided by 6. Then we need to make this 6 a fraction. How do I do that? Yoshi. Put a 1 beneath it. Now I have 2 fractions. What can I do to this? KCF. Keep change flip. Keep 4/5 the same. What do I change division to? And what do I flip 6 over 1 to become? 1 over 6. Good. Now we can multiply straight across. What is 4 times 1? 4. And what is 5 times 6? 5 times 6 is 30. So we have, I'm going to erase this thing. We have 4/30 as our answer here. Why is this still wrong? We need to simplify still. What number goes into both 4 and 30? 2. Divide by 2. Divide by 2. What is 4 divided by 2? 2. 30 divided by 2 is 15. Can I simplify that any further? So each person is going to get 2/15 of the pie. Not very much. Not very much at all. Yeah. So that's our warm up for the day. We do have a little bit of notes we're going to do and some practice. But other than that, it shouldn't take us too long. So I'm going to go ahead and pull up our notes. I'm going to share my screen. The notes today should be posted under math by now. So in math, you should see something called PEMDAS, Notes and Practice. Go ahead and open up that PowerPoint. Yeah, you guys can use your laptops. Okay, so go ahead and get that pulled up. I'm going to erase this stuff behind me so I can write on the board. You probably did do this in 5th grade, yes. All right, so I'm going to give you guys a minute to get this pulled up. Alrighty. Yep, we're going to type into this. We'll do some practice problems. So, PEMDAS, what? Not on all of them, just some of them. So, PEMDAS is basically just order of operations. The order that you need to do your adding, subtracting, multiplying, and dividing if you see a problem that has more than one operation. So, on our second slide here, it says, what is PEMDAS? PEMDAS is the order that you do operations when you see a long problem with multiple types of operations. You will always do them in this order. I guess I'll present it, make it a little bit bigger, but you guys have it on your screen. You will always do it in this order. Parentheses, exponents, multiplication and division, addition and subtraction. The main thing to remember this order, people will say, please excuse my dear Aunt Sally. Have you guys heard that before? No? Okay. Well, now if you ever hear me say please excuse my dear Aunt Sally, it means do parentheses first, then your exponents, then multiplication and division, then addition and subtraction. Then excuse them. So these little stars down here say that when you have a problem that only has multiplication and division left, and you're just left with multiplication and division, you're always just going to go from left to right at that point. Whether or not the division is first or the multiplication is first, you just go left to right after that. Same with addition and subtraction, and I'll show you guys a couple of these problems. When you get to where there's only addition and subtraction left, you just go from left to right. You don't have to do the addition first and then the subtraction. You do whichever one is first, from left to right. We'll do a few problems that work on that, though. So, let's look at a couple examples here. First example, the one on the left, 6 minus 5 minus 3 plus 10. If we need to do PEMDAS, we need to do our parentheses first. So anything that is inside parentheses, you will do first. So you need to do the 5 minus 3 first. Everything else just drops down to the next line. So the 6 stays the same. The subtraction stays the same. 5 minus 3 was 2, so you replace 5 minus 3 with 2. And the addition, adding 10 stays the same. Then, now that you have only addition and subtraction left, you just go from left to right. No, left to right. So 6 minus 2 you would do first. What is 6 minus 2? Oh my gosh, it's right there. It's 4. So you get 4, and then you drop down the addition, the adding 10. And then you have one last operation left, 4 plus 10, which is 14. So when you do all the math on this, 6 minus 5 minus 3 plus 10, you actually get 14. Really? Yep. Good. So the next example over here on the right, we have 25 minus 4 to the second power, so an exponent, plus 3. What does this dot mean? The dot means multiplication. Good. If you ever see a dot in a problem, it means to multiply the numbers together. You are multiplying the 4. So if we are to follow the order of operations, do you see any parentheses in this problem? Nope, so you skip the P. You don't need to do it. Do you see any exponents?
Yes.
Yep, this 4 to the second power. What is 4 to the second power? Not 8.
Oh, 13.
16. It's 4 times 4. Remember, you have to multiply 4 twice. 4 times 4 is 16. So we drop that down. The 25 minus stays the same. 4 squared is replaced with 16 plus 3 times 4. Okay? So we've done parentheses and exponents. Now we need to look at the multiplication and division part of it. Is there multiplication in this second row? Yep. 3 times 4, right? Yes, because it says 3 times 4. So you do 3 times 4. 25 stays the same. So does minus 16. The addition stays the same. You just change 3 times 4 and replace it with the 12. Then you're left to 25 minus 16 plus 12. I don't find it very funny. Now that we have just addition and subtraction left, you need to go from left to right. You don't do the addition first. You do the subtraction first in this case, because you're only at these two. This is one of those examples of the problems I was talking about. When you're left with just addition and subtraction, you go from left to right. So we do 25 minus 16, which is what? What does it say? 9. Then you drop down the adding 12, and then you do the final one. 9 plus 12 is 21. So when you do all of that math, 25 minus 4 to the second power plus 3 times 4 really all comes out and ends up as 21. Right? It takes a little bit of work, but you guys are going to be awesome at it. Okay? Here's some more examples here. These are a little bit longer. So on this one, on the left, start with your parentheses, the 3 plus 7. That becomes 10. Your parentheses are gone. You can start with your exponents then. 4 squared, we talked about 4 to the second power is 16. So you get 3 times 10 minus 16 divided by 2. Then you need to do your multiplication and division. 3 times 10 and 16 divided by 2. So you get 30 minus 8, and you end up with 22. Okay? Yep. Now look at that other one and see if you understand the order that it goes in. Parentheses, exponents, multiplication, division. Look at that one really quick. Let me print it for you. I think I forgot. Sorry. Understand it. Huh? Where are you at? Well, I'm not even near there yet, so I don't know. Yeah. Here you go. All right. So for this problem on the right, we have 20 divided by 13 minus 11 squared. Start with your parentheses and do 13 minus 11. You get 2. Then you need to do your exponents. 2 to the second power, which is 2 times 2. You get 4. And then you just have 20 divided by 4, which is 5. Okay? Let's do some together.
Okay.
You should be able to type in this. I'm going to go to the thing and zoom in. We're going to do, maybe we'll do 4 together. We might just do 2. We'll see. So if you click on it, if you click at the end of it, you can go to the next line and hit enter so that it types out underneath it. Okay. So just go to the end of the answer line right here and hit enter so you go to the next line. So now we need to go in the order of operations. Parentheses first. Do you see any parentheses? Nope. So we can skip that one. Do you see any exponents? Nope. So we can skip that one. Do you see any multiplication or division? Yes. Where is the multiplication here? 3 times 8. What is 3 times 8? 24. So we need to leave the 28 there, still the same. 28 minus 24 less 5 equals. You can add the line if you want to. I think I'm going to get rid of these lines. Sorry. They just kind of get in the way. Yeah, you can get rid of them too. It's fine. Okay, so now that we have just addition and subtraction left, we're going to go to the second line, another line. I really like to do this upside down triangle method because it really just shows you exactly what you need to do left. One step at a time, and it narrows it down to just your answer at the very point of your triangle. Now that we have just addition and subtraction left, we need to go from left to right. So what am I going to do next? Good. We're going to do 28 minus 24. What is that number? It would come first if it was the first one. But when you're at this point, when you have just addition and subtraction left, you always go from left to right. If there were more things to do still, then we would do the addition first. That's the confusing part of PEMDAS. Sometimes you got to do 2 of them at once. So, do you have a question? Oh, I thought you were raising your hand. Yeah. So 28 minus 4 is what? Sorry, 28 minus 24 is 4 plus 5. And our final thing, 4 plus 5 is 9. 9 is your final answer here. Yes, I would like you to do the pyramid. It's going to be the simplest way to show exactly what your answer is. Okay, thank you. Okay. All right, ready for our next one? Okay, our next one, we have 10 minus 10 divided by 2 times 2. Do we see any parentheses? Nope. Do we see any exponents? Nope. Do we see multiplication and division? Okay, so now we have this 10 divided by 2 times 2. This is another example where we need to go left to right first. Yep. What is 10 divided by 2? We need to do that one first. 5. So our 10 at the beginning stays. So is the subtraction. And we said 10 divided by 2 is 5. Multiplied by 2 is our next part. Okay, now we need to do our multiplication. What is 5 times 2? 10. So we have our 10 at the beginning that stays the same, minus, we replace 5 times 2 with its answer, 10. So now we have 10 minus 10. What is 10 minus 10? 0. It's an upside down pyramid. Yeah. It's literally a triangle upside down. I don't know how to explain it to you other than that.
That's why they call it the pyramid.
Yeah. How we doing online? You doing all right online? Yes, no, maybe so?
Doing fine.
Okay, good. Alrighty. Let's, do we need another second on this page just to finish typing it? Yeah, I'll stay here for about 30 seconds. All right, let's look at this next one.
Yeah, that was the.
Okay, I'm going to get rid of the equals thing again because I don't like that. So this time we need to, again, do we see any parentheses? Nope. What about exponents? Nope. What about multiplication and division? Yep. So we need to do our division and multiplication. We'll start with that. Well, it doesn't really matter the order on this one. So let's do our multiplication first. Yeah, so we have 16. You're going to have to copy and paste the division sign. So copy it. Yeah, copy and paste it down there. We do not have a division sign. So 16 divided by 2 plus, and then what did you guys say 5 times 5 is? 25. Good. So we did our multiplication first. Then we can do division. 16 divided by 2 is, I put the symbol in there. 8 plus, oops, not plus C, plus 25. Now we only have addition left. What is 8 plus 25? 33. Good. The next one's a little bit more intense than the other ones. Alrighty. I'm going to get rid of the equal sign on this one too because they're in my way. All right. Our next one is a little bit more complicated. We have most of the operations here this time. Let's start with parentheses. Do you see parentheses? Yeah. Yep. 10 minus 5 is in parentheses. What is 10 minus 5? 5. So we have 5. And remember, this caret, when you see the caret, means it's an exponent. You just can't type exponents easily on computers. So that's 5 to the second power, and then copy the rest down, plus 6 divided by 3. Okay, so we've done parentheses. Then we need to do what? What's next? PEMDAS. Please excuse my dear Aunt Sally. We did the parentheses. What's our next one? Exponents. Good. We need to do the 5 to the second power. When I do 5 to the second power, what am I really doing? 5 times 5. 5 times 5 is 25. Plus 6 divided by 3. Okay. Now, the most important part of this is remembering that 5 to the second power is 5 times 5. It's not 5 plus 5 or 5 plus 2 or 5 times 2, but 5 times 5. 5 multiplied together twice. Then we have our next thing that we need to do. Do I need to add or divide first? Got to divide first. Good. So 25 plus, what is 6 divided by 3? 2. And our final one is just that addition. 25 plus 2, which is 27. 27 is our final answer there. That was a bit of a longer one. But do you guys feel like these are things that you can't do? Are they? They're all things that you know how to do. You just got to remember the order, right? The biggest part is remembering the order you need to do them in. Yes, Charlie? On what? I don't know. I'd have to look at it. I'll come look at it in a second. Okay. There is one more slide that's a practicing on your own. I would suggest getting rid of those equal signs again. Okay. So there's 2 problems for you to try on your own. I'd like you guys to try these on your own and then turn them into me when you are done so that I can just check it over. We're not going to go over these today. If you are online and you finish those up, you guys may head out, and we will see you at 12:30 for science.